All right, and we are back in it. We had a little bit of a mic issue there, but we should be back up. Let's make sure that we're not. But anyway, starting off, we are following Terminator, and it is V-Team versus Aladdin. And so over on the other side, we will have C Spooky. And here we go right now. We've got Terminator with that fusion wrecking faces.
Wrecking faces.
I was going to say wreaking havoc and pronounce it wrong.
Yeah, he did such a good job getting that, just making sure to focus down onto that power ammo. And he's been an absolute terror with that fusion rifle so far. And the amount of damage and the amount of kills that he got last game, these guys absolutely deserve to be in the finals. We will see just how well his team plays, though, moving forward. They've gone up one round, and he got a nice flank, but then a teammate sees him, doesn't get quite the kill.
Oh, no, that was so close.
I think he was used to the amount of damage that a Destiny 1 striker punch does, but it really just doesn't connect and do a whole lot of damage in this one, unfortunately.
Yeah, that was too bad there. And right now, there you go, V-Team wiped out. And so now I'm not sure if they're going to have to reset that. But anyway, let's hop over and check out Aladdin. Here we go. See Spooky getting ready to push up here, starting off from the garden and going through that little maintenance corridor before charging immediately for Rugs. They don't seem to be disguising their intent, or maybe they are going for that entire wrap around the map. Let's flip spawns and come up at market from the opposite side. And there we have a little bit of a trap lying in wait. Some nice plays. It's a 2v1, and he's going to get taken out there, unfortunately. And now moving back over to Terminator, who might have been part of that, is moving around as a team. And here we go, pushing up through the center, moving on into Rugs, getting some pretty solid speed there with that that little approach.
Yeah, that flank was red for miles. They were just barely on the outside of the radar from this V-Team. Sorry, I keep seeing VT on the left, and so V-Team, and it just alerted them just enough to be ready with all guns ablaze and focused on that one corner, and it absolutely ripped apart Aladdin, trying to make that two-man push around the outside.
That's right, and now with that, we've got V-Team up 2-1. We'll stay on C Spooky right now, getting ready to push down through the market, taking the back way, going around behind on the grass. And let's see if that works a little bit better for him. It seems, Xander, to me like they're charging a little bit around those corners some and need to be somewhat more careful at times, especially based on what we've seen from Terminator and the rest of the V-Team. Now we've got Spooky looking down and sighting down here. He's got the power ammo, though, picks that up, and it is Shotgun City. At least it will be Shotgun City when he finds somebody close enough to him to shotgun. That is a short. There's somebody right there. Takes out Red Bull Nasty, who I think had a fusion and was getting ready to charge that.
That was really important that he gets that kill
over the top.
He did. If he had a fusion rifle too, I think that would have been a negative face-off, but he was able to get that quick kill in that close range, and Red Bull Nasty not able to get the amount of damage and horrifying nature of the fear that those things can instill. If they go off, they start killing everybody, and he was able to stop that in his tracks.
I will say, I think that the one advantage of a shotgun going against a fusion is the fact that it has that instant shot time. It doesn't have to charge up. You don't have to wait for it. And if you come one-on-one in the right range, because so much of this beta has been about playing in the correct range, you come one-on-one with a shotgun versus a fusion, you're probably going to win with that shotgun as long as you aim that shot right, because you're just going to be able to get that shot going before the fusion can get it. And so right now, we've got 2 down on each team. We've got some team fire down towards the end there from Terminator. Here we go. Oh, I don't know why he didn't take any shots there.
That was strange. I'm not really sure either. I think maybe he was trying to spam his grenade, and I don't know if his grenade was up quite yet, but I think he just needed to try and take those shots, because that was the last man standing, and that would have been it. He had the first shot, unable to close it out.
Yeah, and weird. All right, well, with this at the moment, Team Aladdin is still down 2-3 in this first game. And so here we go, Spooky charging back up, going down on the boats, and heading back up towards Market. They've seemed to favor Market this game, probably just due to the spawn proximity. And they get that charge set, now moving all the way around the outside, trying to use some of these kind of lesser traveled hallways that have had so many good flanks come through them. And so here now just crouching, trying to be able to be there for his team when they come, getting a sight. You've got a couple charged up, running down the low street, and that will be them coming down. That made sense. Haha.
2 members down on Terminated's team with V-Team. Oh, that's 3. They just have to close this out, getting that last kill.
There it is.
And they're tying it up. Aladdin playing to win here, and they're trying to stay even with this V-Team. Really, really close game so far. We do have a best-of-3 series, so even if one of these teams loses, it's not going to be the end of the world, because they do still have other matches, other games that they're able to play within the match.
Yeah, that's true. And again, this kind of just serves as a let's get to know our opponent. Let's figure out how they play and figure out how to counter that. And right now, it's kind of been a real back and forth as each team tries to feel out the weaknesses of the other. That's a golden gun. Or no, that's not. That's a Dawnblade coming out from... who did pop that? I didn't see. Anyway, Dawnblade coming out from Aladdin. He gets that, and I think he got all 4 of the kills with that, with Aladdin now going up a point.
Yeah, wow. Ish31 doing a really nice job there, utilizing that Daybreak Super. Got a couple of kills with it. It's not easy to do, connecting those flying swords through the air, but ends up connecting. Lucky didn't go down to Terminated Smash. And we've got CS Spooky and the rest of his team pushing over towards this rug side. It looks like they're going to try and plant here. And I think what a lot of these teams have been doing is plant as soon as possible while you're still full strength and put the pressure on the defending team. They have to watch out for this power weapon, though, coming through the power ammo.
You see here a really nice combination, though. It looks like we've got 2 rifts that have been dropped there behind a Titan shield. That's going to give them a really strong position here until this breaks. That pulse grenade taking it out. Now Spooky's going to have to watch around to his left where this flank is coming in. He uses a smash and takes out Terminated. I think that Terminated was coming around to do the exact same thing. And now Spooky going big, getting a, 2 or 3 with that?
Yes, at least it's. I mean, now he's got 12 opponents defeated. Doing such a good job. They find themselves up 5-3 in this first game of the finals. This is big for them.
Yeah, they've really picked up the pace in these last 3 rounds of this game. It started off a little slow, a little back and forth, and then they seem to have found their rhythm and are now starting to exploit that. It seems that they've figured out some stuff, gotten some really strong defensive positions, and then played around that. Now we've got 2 members pushing down the main road towards V-Team. We're going to have to watch out for that Nova. Now it's a punch out. He's not able to finish it off. Terminator goes down, and we have an Arc Strider popping out against a Sentinel there, and it is Super v Super, mano a mano, and it looks like the Arc Strider was not going to be able to finish that up.
Yeah, that's a tough one when it comes to kind of those 2 supers facing off against each other. The Arc Strider seems to be one of those supers that has a very high skill ceiling.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different moves they're able to do. You've got almost unlimited dodging power. There's different slams, aerial attacks, and stuff that you can do. And I think that until people can really start to master that super, it's going to be difficult for people to really understand the full capability of what that super is able to do. And then as far as the Sentinel goes, you can throw out your shield, have it bing bong around for a little while, and then it's almost like you're an Arc Blade kind of from Destiny 1, where if people just get close to you, you're swinging that shield and they're going down. It's got a lot of mobility, especially in the air. And I think until people start figuring out that Arc Strider super, that Sentinel's going to win in that close quarters combat.
Yeah, and we already have had a few videos going up on how to use some of these supers, because, again, we've only had this set up for, since Tuesday. And so it's not a whole lot of time to play it, and people are still kind of developing, and there is that kind of negative connotation, or I guess negative first impression that you're going to get if you're trying to compare a lot of these things to what you would call their counterpart in Destiny 1. Like, people expecting to play the Arc Strider the same way that you would be playing, like, Arcblade and playing that Hunter. And it doesn't have that same magnetism. It's much more of a kind of a finesse thing. There's a lot of movement potential. There's a lot of interesting looking button combos on it that almost, when I've played it, almost make me feel more like I'm doing something like Assassin's Creed or something like that, kind of like floating through the air, parkouring and chaining different moves and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and
or
making that happen.
Anything after, what was it? The
Mario.
Sands of Time. What was that? It's called.
Prince of Persia.
Prince of Persia. Anything after the second one, they had this really amazing combat kind of engine that you could use to chain a bunch of different stuff together, and I think that's what that Arctrider starts to feel like.
Yeah.
So until people start figuring it out, it's going to be a little bit difficult for that kind of stuff to be effective for your team. So these guys are just matching up right now. We're just waiting on them. It's been getting a little bit better as the day goes on. They've been having a lot of success later on in the tournament. I know it's been a little bit tough for a couple of these teams, but it's been getting better, and I think these guys are probably going to match up here pretty soon.
Yeah, I'm sure part of that was at the beginning of this tournament when you had 40 or 50 groups of 4 all trying to just match up with other groups of 4, not getting those right groups and running into some issues. And now, like Xander said earlier, I think Saturday night people might start to be going out to dinner and having non-game things to do. I don't know who they are, but it's been getting a little bit easier. But yeah, so Xander, what would you say as we watch them finish this up? How have your impressions been of what you've been able to play?
The other teams. They already found each other.
Your impressions can wait. I'm sure everybody's glad.
Wait, so what was the question?
It doesn't matter anymore. So we are matched up. We are flying in. This will be game 2, and if Aladdin is able to maintain that sort of momentum that they had built by the end of that match, where they started off with those back and forth rounds and then just rattled off 4 really fast, then I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how V Team plays this. Maybe we should listen quickly and see what their opening strategy is going to be.
Yeah, I like the idea of that. Just kind of figuring out what's going on in their heads right now.
Mark it. All right. Yeah. Okay, this time pay attention though. Don't fucking get fucked.
Good strategy.
To our right. Yeah. They got one back alley term.
Oh, the pulse name was already.
Correct.
This game type's so fucking dumb, man.
Oh, rest. I'm dead.
I'm not frustrated. I'm just like in awe that this is actually played.
All right, so it sounds like their strategy is a little sour, a little bit of tilt going on there.
He said I'm
I think.
frustrated. He sounds a little frustrated.
Yeah, but we won't belabor the point anyway. Let's swap over to Spooky and the rest of Aladdin and see how they're finishing this up. Here we go, pushing around through the grass, and it seems like they were able to kind of maintain that playstyle that they had in the last one. They tore through V Team pretty quickly and easily, and it looks like they're looking to keep this a 2-game series and a 2-game final. We got the charge set now down on the market, and Spooky now making use of those back hallways again. They really like using those, and it still seems to catch people off guard. Not that time, though. That was him getting caught off guard. He put those feelers out. They had a hit, and now we've got a shield there trying to defend, but it's just one, so he's going to test his luck and try to just 1v1 here, hoping, as I would be at least, that you're not going to get 2 guys coming sliding around the corner to back him up, which seems to be the play here. Oh, somebody's got a fusion
rifle. 1v1. Oh, no.
They were able to finish that off. Wow, what a play.
Wow.
All right.
I'm not sure how that man with the fusion rifle went down, but all of a sudden Aladdin find themselves up 2-0. This is a great start for them. They need this in the finals here. It already sounds like a little bit of Terminated and his team are kind of on their heels a bit about not only just, they're a little bit tilted from that first game, and that's going to have a big play on whether or not they're going to be able to come back in this game.
Oh, but Terminator absolutely melting someone with that submachine gun and quickly wiping through Aladdin there. Talk about a comeback. I mean, we won't call it that yet. It's 2-1, but that does cut the score. And so now moving forward, we'll have to see if Spooky and the gang are going to be able to do anything about that, because it seems like V Team found some sort of rhythm there and was able to make it work. Maybe it was just because they moved the playfield up towards Rugs, away from the market. Spooky getting a nice long kill there, throwing the nade up to back it off. He got some damage on someone.
Wow.
Oh, there's some absolute Guardians up on that wall, and now here he comes.
Oh, nice little flank coming around, getting the kill, and now he's going to set the charge with that. He's got a 3 to no deaths.
Xander, I have to say, it looks like he took advantage of the animation of that Warlock Rift. It looked like they were trying to put a rift down right outside that wall to help V-Team defend against that charge set, and because he was trapped in that animation, Spooky was able to just come around the corner and blap him in the head.
Yeah, using that hand cannon does a lot of damage up close, and just got it. Even he's a weakened Guardian already, but yeah, wow, these guys are really starting out strong here. Let's see what Terminated and his team is able to do. On the attack seems to be a little bit easier, so it's kind of going to be a breakpoint situation that they're going to have to do if they want to get back into this game.
And here we go. It looks like they're pushing it into that Rugs area again, and that's where they had so much success in the last round. Now, they start off not as strongly. One going down, and now Terminator's got a 1v1 here. Using that submachine gun, not able to finish off his opponent, though, and he does get taken out by the syllabus. Talk about schooling someone, am I right?
Oh, my goodness. You are right.
I am right. When I'm right, I'm right, and when I'm right, Aladdin goes up for 3-1? 4-1. So 4-1 now. Aladdin's making short work, it seems, of this V team. Following Spooky as they start off this next round, pushing down through the street, going to their alleyway. And it seems like these teams do have kind of the set pass that they like to follow, especially depending on whether they have the charge set or defense. So here he goes along through the canal and then back into market, and looks like they've already taken out one member of the V team, but he was hit from the side. Looks like he left that flank open just a bit. He's going to run away, heal up a little bit, and try to sweep back for a new angle. Sighting in on the doors from mid now, and I assume listening through to the rest of his team's callouts and trying to make this work, and they wipe them.
Wow.
It looks like the syllabus went off with that, and then one more also coming in from Ish, 31-31. It is 5-1. We're coming up to match point.
This is incredible that we're seeing these two games being run away with. Aladdin on his magic carpet to victory. These guys have one more round, and they will be starting a whole new world of champions.
All right, that's enough.
Sorry.
Who's paying you? Disney? No, no one's paying you.
Nobody's paying me.
All right, and there's almost 2 kills there. Spooky taking out Terminated. That's the round. That is the game. That is the entire tournament right there.
Taking the tournament.
Wow. And so someone now has a whole new bag of bragging rights about being the first champion in Destiny 2. Are they excited at all?
It was long, it was gruesome, but we got through it, and the first ever Destiny 2 tournament has come to a close. Aladdin
That's hella funny. I said, oh
has
shit.
taken the victory.
And, yep, they have taken that. We'll come back to us for just a sec to finish this off. Well, some of you, I'm not sure if anybody actually stuck around the entire time through all of the matchmaking.
Who knows?
If you did, you heard quite a bit of the soundtrack for Destiny 2, so you have that going for you. But we've seen a number of games that really started getting a lot easier to get the matches made once we came down to the quarterfinals, and we started seeing some really good matches too. Teams starting to find their rhythms and pretty much be on even footing, I'd say, with each other, trying to build off of the teamwork that they might have already had from Destiny 1, but while still feeling out these classes. They've had all week to play, but only about 2 or 3 days of advance notice that they were going to be trying to do something like this.
Yeah.
And I think it turned out pretty well. I'm already seeing a lot of people that are moving in totally different ways than I expected that you would be able to or could just from playing the game the amount that I have.
I agree, yeah, and there's a lot of really cool abilities that people have been taking advantage of as well, and just angles and everything about this game screams like teamwork.
Yeah, it's all about teamwork.
And that's something that, and granted, there's players and there's plays that can be made by a single player. They can pop off Terminated in the semifinals, had an incredible game.
Yeah.
Who is it?
Invicta had crazy plays.
Amazing plays in the quarterfinals there. and in the
semis, yeah.
and in the
It just came
semis,
down to,
just
Terminator
did such a
playing
good
better.
job. So I mean, there's some of these guys. It is possible to pop off, but teamwork is ever so important in this game, and I think a lot of people are still trying to kind of feel that out because they're not used to. Yeah, teamwork was important in Destiny 1, but it wasn't like you could go off on your flank if
Yeah,
you know,
take
do what you had to
take
do.
a couple shots and take out 2 people, and,
Right.
and just outplay them. Now it's if you take any damage, you're going to have to back off, and that's also where it's going to be really interesting to see how the like cohesion between some of these abilities come together. Like we saw there, Aladdin using that. I called it out at the time, using that Titan shield with. I think they might have had both a healing rift and an empowering rift dropped one on top of each other behind that Titan shield, blocking off that zone. So their entire team was constantly healing. They had their bullets hit harder.
I
That's
wonder
what
if
it
it makes
does.
their melee stronger too, because if that's the case, then they've got a wall that will damage you. They're constantly being healed, and their punches are empowered. Nobody wants to walk through that door.
Well, plus if you go into an enemy's rift, I'm pretty sure that damages you too. Yeah, so that's a great way to seal it off, and we'll have to start seeing stuff and how those teams do it, and a wonderful start developing, individual subclass roles and things like that. But that all remains to be seen. There are there's one more day of the beta after this, and then we
Review tapes
review tapes and
for a couple months.
I guess tuck ourselves in for the long winter to come before September. It'll be a very hot winter because it's mostly going to be in August. But with that, we are going to wrap this up. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for watching, those of you that were with us, and goodbye.